Okay. Okay, hi guys.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, today.
I am feeling hungry. Yeah.
Why? You didn't eat anything. So after that we gonna take to some market.
Okay.
Okay. So today we are going to practice our listening. Yeah. So the activity that will yang akan kita praktekkan adalah menonton video, kemudian memahaminya, kemudian kita akan berlatih menggunakan kalimat-kalimat sulit yang ada dalam video. Oke. So pertama kita akan melihat videonya terlebih dahulu.
Watch or listen?
You can watch. Yeah, there is a subtitle in English. You can see the monitor.
Yeah.
But you still you can still hear the voice.
We are losing our listening. We spend roughly 60% of our communication time listening, but we're not very good at it. We retain just 25% of what we hear. Now, not you, not this talk, but that is generally true. Let's define listening as making meaning from sound.
So, what did you get from this? I mean, these clips.
Okay, that he's going to talk about what listening is, or how to listen properly to get the meaning from what we're listening.
Should we play till the end?
Yeah.
Or just cut?
I think play till the end. Yeah, I think just play till the end.
It's a mental process, and it's a process of extraction. We use some pretty cool techniques to do this. One of them is pattern recognition. So in a cocktail party like this, if I say, David, Sarah, pay attention, some of you just sat up. We recognize patterns to distinguish noise from signal, and especially our name. Differencing is another technique we use. If I left this pink noise on for more than a couple of minutes, you would literally cease to hear it. We listen to differences, we discount sounds that remain the same. And then there is a whole range of filters. These filters take us from all sound down to what we pay attention to. Most people are entirely unconscious of these filters, but they actually create our reality in a way because they tell us what we're paying attention to right now. I'll give you one example of that. Intention is very important in sound, in listening. When I married my wife, I promised her that I would listen to her every day as if for the first time. Now that's something I fall short of on a daily basis. But it's a great intention to have in a relationship. But that's not all. Sound places us in space and in time. If you close your eyes right now in this room, you're aware of the size of the room from the reverberation and the bouncing of the sound off the surfaces. And you're aware of how many people are around you because of the micro noises you're receiving. And sound places us in time as well, because sound always has time embedded in it. In fact, I would suggest that our listening is the main way that we experience the flow of time from past to future. So, sonority is time and meaning, a great quote. I said at the beginning, we're losing our listening. Why did I say that? Well, there are a lot of reasons for this. First of all, we invented ways of recording. First writing, then audio recording, and now video recording as well. The premium on accurate and careful listening has simply disappeared. Secondly, the world is now so noisy, with this cacophony going on visually and auditorily. It's just hard to listen, it's tiring to listen. Many people take refuge in headphones, but they turn big public spaces like this, shared soundscapes, into millions of tiny little personal sound bubbles. In this scenario, nobody's listening to anybody. We're becoming impatient. We don't want oratory anymore, we want sound bites. And the art of conversation is being replaced, dangerously I think, by personal broadcasting. I don't know how much listening there is in this conversation, which is sadly very common, especially in the UK. We're becoming desensitized. Our media have to scream at us with these kind of headlines in order to get our attention. And that means it's harder for us to pay attention to the quiet, the subtle, the understated. This is a serious problem that we're losing our listening. This is not trivial. Because listening is our access to understanding. Conscious listening always creates understanding. And only without conscious listening can these things happen. A world where we don't listen to each other at all is a very scary place indeed. So I'd like to share with you 5 simple exercises, tools you can take away with you to improve your own conscious listening. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Good. The first one is silence. Just 3 minutes a day of silence is a wonderful exercise to reset your ears and to recalibrate so that you can hear the quiet again. If you can't get absolute silence, go for quiet. That's absolutely fine. Second, I call this the mixer. So even if you're in a noisy environment like this, and we all spend a lot of time in places like this, listen in the coffee bar to how many channels of sound can I hear? How many individual channels in that mix am I listening to? You can do it in a beautiful place as well, like a lake. How many birds am I hearing? Where are they? Where are those ripples? It's a great exercise for improving the quality of your listening. Third, this exercise I call savoring, and this is a beautiful exercise. It's about enjoying mundane sounds. This, for example, is my tumble dryer. It's a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I love it. Or just try this one for size. Wow!
ASMR.
So mundane sounds can be really interesting if you pay attention. I call that the hidden choir. It's around us all the time. The next exercise is probably the most important of all of these. If you just take one thing away, this is listening positions. The idea that you can move your listening position to what's appropriate to what you're listening to. This is playing with those filters. Remember I gave you those filters at the beginning? It's starting to play with them as levers, to get conscious about them and to move to different places. These are just some of the listening positions or scales of listening positions that you can use. There are many. Have fun with that. It's very exciting. And finally, an acronym. You can use this in listening, in communication. If you're in any one of those roles, and I think that probably is everybody who's listening to this talk. The acronym is RASA, which is the Sanskrit word for juice, or essence. And RASA stands for receive, which means pay attention to the person, appreciate, making little noises like, oh, okay. Summarize, the word so is very important in communication, and ask questions afterwards. Now, sound is my passion, it's my life. I wrote a whole book about it, so I live to listen. That's too much to ask for most people. But I believe that every human being needs to listen consciously in order to live fully. Connected in space and in time to the physical world around us, connected in understanding to each other, not to mention spiritually connected, because every spiritual path I know of has listening and contemplation at its heart. That's why we need to teach listening in our schools as a skill. Why is it not taught? It's crazy. And if we can teach listening in our schools, we can take our listening off that slippery slope to that dangerous, scary world that I talked about, and move it to a place where everybody is consciously listening all the time, or at least capable of doing that. Now, I don't know how to do that, but this is TED. And I think the TED community is capable of anything. So I invite you to connect with me, connect with each other, take this mission out, and let's get listening taught in schools and transform the world in one generation to a conscious listening world, a world of connection, a world of understanding, and a world of peace. Thank you for listening to me today.
This is such a good speaker, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, you have ever seen this video. Okay. So what did you get from this video?
You may go first.
You first.
First, it's about listening, how we listen to others, about the speakers, focusing on tips or how we improve our listening? I mean, how he gave us five tips. The first one is like we must be five. We must be quiet first because it's giving rest to our ears, and then
Mixing.
huh?
Mixing.
Yeah, we must do the mixing. I mean, we mixing means like when we hear the sounds, the crowded sounds, like the sound that's not just one tune, but a lot of tune that we are hearing, like maybe hearing choir. I mean, what is it? The mixing of voice, listening to the machine, and then.
So I think listening to the machine is close to the number 3.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the sound from the
Yeah.
noisy.
Yeah, that's
And then the fourth, what is that?
And the fourth one is we forget.
Okay.
Forget it. But the last one is we must
Make
a position in our
make acronym.
make acronym, and the make the position is the fourth one.
Or
We must positioning our what is it, our listening. I don't.
yeah.
The truth
Yeah,
is I
yeah,
don't
the-
really. Yeah. I'm sorry, I cannot hold it. I want so.
It's
So
okay.
yeah, maybe because it is a long listening thing, so I think I don't really get it fully.
So the example that you close to this speaker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the number 4 actually, the first acronym. And then the 5 is acronym. Acronym is menyingkat kata-kata. Jadi untuk mempermudah dalam mengingat, ya menangkapnya.
To catch.
Kemudian kenapa kita harus harus meningkatkan listening kita? Ada berat ya.
I'm not sure, but what I've heard is that so we can connect, so we can really understand and about what we're listening. It's not just only here. So yeah, we really understand, we listen to connect, to understand better, to feel better, to be, what is it? If we listen more, so we can learn more, so we can be more respectful, maybe. That's what I got. That's what I feel, that's what I feel.
Okay.
In that video, how to listen carefully, to focus to what the others say, and when we focus to one topic, we can catch and easy to understand. That's when we in noise situation, we cannot. It is difficult to catch.
It is actually tiring.
Yeah.
Tiring. Yeah, when we listen in the noise situation. Okay. Is there any vocab that difficult
Yeah,
for
I
you?
found that word sounds strange. Like, what is it? I forgot, but like there are acronym itself is, I think, is a strange word.
What is the
Acronym.
acronym? Acronym is ada dalam bahasa Indonesia juga akronim. Akronim. Jadi singkatan.
It's kind of strange in my ear. May we go to the video again so we can recognize which words?
Okay.
I found some though, but I don't remember.
In the first.
So let's just like stop.
A cocktail party like this, if I say David, Sarah, Pitt, they actually create our reality in a way because they tell us what we're paying attention to right now. I'll give you one example. And sound places us in time as well because sound always has time embedded in it. In fact, I would suggest that our listening is the main way that we experience the flow of time from past to future. So sonority.
Sonority. What is sonority?
So,
Senorita. Sonority is sound.
so you can use dictionary, your own dictionary, in your phone.
Does it mean
What is the
sound?
sonority? Yeah,
Does
you
it
can
mean
check
sound?
it.
I almost got it right because my phone's always full.
What is sonority?
Senor Kemaluan. Sweetness of voice.
Sweetness of voice, nomor dua.
Sweetness of
So we
voice.
can start from here.
Sonority. Sonority.
So you can get the point of this.
Yeah,
From
sonority.
past to future. So sonority is time and meaning. I said at the beginning we're losing our listening. Why did I say that? Well, there are a lot of reasons for this. First of all, we invented ways of recording.
Invented, yeah, no problem. No problem.
First writing, then audio recording, and now video recording as well.
So the sonority is apa?
Sweetness of sound.
Ya, harmoni semacam
Yeah, the
itu.
harmony of sound, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
And then what is the next? I
Yeah,
mean
just-
the difficult for vocabulary.
This compliment.
This one.
The premium
What is
on
it?
accurate and careful listening has simply disappeared. Secondly, the world is now so noisy. With this cacophony going on visually and auditory.
Cacophony, yeah. Cacophony.
How to spell it? How to spell it? How to spell? I forgot.
Cacophony is medium sound.
I think it's the antonym. It's the antonym of sonority.
The noise.
Cacophony.
The antonym of sonority.
With this cacophony going on visually and auditorily, it's just
Cacophony, hirupik. Semacam keramaian.
Yeah, crowd.
it's hard to listen,
But
it's
the
tiring to
sound, the
listen.
sound of the
Many
crowd.
people take refuge in headphones, but they turn big public spaces like this, shared soundscapes, into
Soundscapes,
millions of
what?
tiny little personal sound bubbles.
So maybe it's about the room.
Yeah. No.
No? Soundscape.
Didn't find.
Didn't find any. Yeah, what is it?
Soundscape with the flower.
Oh. Next.
Soundscapes into millions of tiny little personal sound bubbles. In this scenario, nobody's listening to anybody. We're becoming impatient. We don't want oratory anymore, we want sound
Oratory, what
bites.
is oratory?
And the
What?
What? What is that?
Apa sih? Apa sih? Tadi tuh Oro apa?
Okay, very
nobody's listening to anybody. We're becoming impatient. We don't want oratory anymore.
Oratory.
Seni berpidato.
Oh iya, orator. Oh. Okay, next. We want sound bites. What is that?
Want sound bites. And the art of conversation is being replaced dangerously, I think, by personal broadcasting. I don't know how much listening there is in this conversation, which is sadly very common, especially in the UK. We're becoming desensitized. Our media have to scream at us with these,
Desensitized.
especially in the UK. We're becoming
Desensitized. I don't find. Didn't find any. What is desensitized? Desensitized. No.
No. Yeah, indeed.
The speech is really good.
But you still get the point.
Yeah, I got the point. Yeah.
So what did you get until now? I mean the vocabulary. First is sonority.
Oratory, sonority, cacophony,
soundscape,
soundscape,
acronym,
acronyms, and so many.
so many things.
Loyal.
So actually I have so many videos here. So do you listen more? Or you just confused? Confused. So we need to play some music for the rest.
Yay! You should have done that earlier.
Okay. We can play. What do you like?
I like
So I just have some
love. Do you have
EDM.
love? Love. Paris in the rain.
Ed Sheeran, okay?
Okay, I'm okay with that. Which song?
Yeah.
Happier? That's a sad song.
Happier?
That's a
Yeah,
sad
yeah.
song. Very sad. I used to listen to that song when I feel blue.
It is actually.
Don't you think that Ed Sheeran likes math? He likes math.
Yeah, I like that.
Because there's a math sense.
The song is more telling about the man.
Yeah.
Just the
If
cover.
the song's telling about the man, I won't ever listen to that
So
song.
maybe this is what do you want? Eraser? Castle on the Hill?
That's all I know.
Perfect?
What?
Perfect? I
Yeah.
think this is the romance one.
The Roman.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then we discuss the meaning of
Okay, come on, I'm so excited. Just sing. Let's sing together.
I found a love
Can we sing also?
No. So there is some places.
darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl,
Are you in love or something? So you play.
beautiful
Are you
and
in love or something? So you play.
I never
His
knew
voice is
you
really
were someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is so lion, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, you heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight.
Cool.
So I think this music is very similar. Okay. So what's the point of this
The
music?
point is that he's fallen in love and he is that he just found that right one that he once fell in love with that girl, but he doesn't know that that was love because he fell in love when he was a child. But then he realized that now that's the love and it's just perfect. Everything just perfect.
Okay. So I think that's enough for today.
Oh, that's all?
So maybe in the next meeting you can search some video that we can listen
Okay.
here. So is okay. Thank you for today.
Yeah. Don't mention it.